Okay, I'm getting a lot of questions on the coin flip lag, the trees, and so I thought it might be good to really do a in-depth conversation on probability. Seventh grade is really the only time you're going to get this information. In eighth grade, they'll assume that you know it, and on and on and on. So I want to make sure that we're doing a best job here understanding this. Okay, so I've gotten down the probability tree for one coin. That's for one coin, right? I have an equal amount of chance. Okay, so if I'm doing probability, I'm looking at what's equally likely, the equally likely possibilities, right? So I have two possibilities. Sorry, slow writing. I have two equally likely possibilities, and one of those is heads, and one of those is tails. So I have so this is, what could occur, the chances of what I'm looking for, the possibilities that can occur. Okay, so then I go to, let's do two coins. Okay, now I understand I'm flipping these 20 times, but the probability doesn't change. I'm just saying I'm going to keep doing this and see if I get that 1 out of 2. Okay, so now I'm looking at two coins. So I'm going to start here, right? And so in that first coin, I'm going to flip it, and it could get a heads or it could get a tails. Okay, now I'm moving to another coin, so I'm taking now the other coin. And regardless of whether I got a head or a tail on the first coin, on the second coin, I can again get a head or a tail. And if I flipped a tail, I can get a head or a tail. Okay, so now I have more possibilities, right? Equally likely possibilities. Here I have two heads. Here I have a head and a tail. Here I have a tail and a head. And here I have two tails. Okay, so those are the possibilities I can get if I flip two coins. Doesn't make any difference if I flip them 20 or 100 times. This is the tree. This is where I'm figuring out the probability. So I'm looking at this, and I have four different options. I have four different options, right? These are four different options. And this is one, this is one, this is one, and this is one. But this actually is the same thing. It's a head and a tail. And unless I'm saying I have to get one of them first, the probability is actually 2/4. Okay, 2 out of 4. So I get 1 out of 4 chance to get two heads, 1 out of 4 chance to get two tails, and 2 out of 4 chances to get like a head or a tail or a tail or a head. Okay, so that would be two coins. And hopefully I'm going to have enough room here now. I'm going to start, and we're going to do 3 coins. Okay, so here I go. Here's my first coin. Okay, I have head and I have tail. Well, let's undo that. Let's keep the head on top, just so it's you can follow through. Okay, and so in the second coin, you saw that I could get a head or a tail, and here I could get a head or a tail. Okay, so this is coin 1. Coin 1. This is coin 2. And now I'm going to add coin 3. Okay, so let's go. I can again get a head or a tail. I can get a head or a tail. I can get a head or a tail. And I can get a head or a tail. Okay, so I'm going to make this in a different color so you can see, so I got head, heads, heads. I got heads, heads, tails, 2 heads and a tail. I got head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 heads, and tail, tail, tail. Now I'm looking for similar things there. Okay, I'm looking for similar things to see the priority. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have 8 possibilities. So for me to get head, 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 3 heads, okay, that is, that's going to be 1 out of 8, because I got 8 and I only did that once. Okay, and to get 3 tails, right, I got that only 1 time, so that's 1 out of 8. Okay, so now I got another mixture. So regardless of the order, I'm saying, where did I get 2 heads and a tail? Well, 2 heads and a tail looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 3. So that means that 2 heads and a tail, I got 3 out of 8 times. Okay, and then the other option was 2 tails and a head. So let's count those. 2 tails, 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 out of 8. Now I'm another thing of a way of checking is to make sure that my probability has to add up to 1. Remember, we talked about in class the fact that, you know, you have 100% or you have 1. 1 is, you know, it absolutely happens. 1 is that total probability. So in over here, I have 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1/2. So I got the whole probability there. Here I have 1/4 plus 2/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4 or 1. Okay. And down here I have 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 3/8 plus 3/8 equals 8/8, which equals 1. So another thing I want you to remember is that if you have all the probability together, the most, it's absolutely going to happen, and it's the whole thing, that is 1, right? So we said in class, 0 means it's never going to happen. 1 means it's always going to happen. And then in between is the chances of it happening more or less. Okay, so I'm hoping that helps you. This is the answer. This is the answer. So when you are doing your flip grid, your work should look like mine. I'm giving you a model for what your work should look like. Okay, good. Let me know if you have any questions.